You think you know German Shepherds. You have seen them your whole life. In homes, in movies, in police cars. You think there is one dog, one breed, one German Shepherd. But there is not. Sometime after World War II, a wall went up. And on either side of that wall, the same dog began evolving in two completely different directions. Different bodies, different minds, different instincts, different purposes. And today, decades after that wall came down, the differences between these two dogs are so dramatic that experienced breeders say, putting them side by side feels like comparing two entirely different breeds. Today, I am going to tell you exactly what nobody told them. And by the time we reach difference number 6, I promise you will completely understand why getting this wrong can break your heart. To understand what happened to this breed, you have to go back to 1961, the year the Berlin Wall went up. Because on that day, without anyone planning it, the German Shepherd was split in two. West Germany and the rest of the world began breeding German Shepherds for dog shows, for appearance, for the perfect silhouette on a competition stage. East Germany, the DDR, began breeding German Shepherds for one thing only: to guard the most heavily militarized border in human history. They did not care how the dog looked. They cared whether it would work in any condition, follow any command, and never ever back down. The result of those two paths is what you are about to see. And once you see it, you cannot unsee it. Difference: 1, the way they look. Most people picture the same dog when they think German Shepherd. The sloped back, the elegant posture, the dog you see winning shows and starring in movies. That dog has a name in the breeding world. It is a West German show line. And it looks the way it does because generations of breeders selected for beauty above everything else. But put a DDR East German Shepherd next to it, and the difference is immediate and jarring. The DDR dog is bigger, heavier, darker, often a deep solid black or sable with almost no tan. The back is straighter and more level. The bone structure is noticeably thicker. The head is broader and more powerful. This is not a dog bred to be admired on a stage. This is a dog built like a piece of military equipment. DDR breeding programs maintain strict records going back decades. Every dog had to pass physical and working evaluations before being allowed to breed. If it was not strong enough, dark enough, or structurally sound enough, it did not reproduce. Period. This created a bloodline of extraordinary physical consistency that West German show breeding simply never prioritized. Think of it like the difference between a sports car built for the showroom floor and a military vehicle built for the battlefield. Both are impressive, but only one was designed to actually survive. And that difference in purpose, showroom versus battlefield, goes far deeper than just how they look. Difference: 2, the temperament. You bring home a West German Shepherd puppy. It is energetic, friendly, wants to please you, loves the family, plays with the kids. It is exactly the dog most people imagine when they decide they want a German Shepherd. Now bring home a DDR dog. From the very first day, something is different. This dog is not unfriendly, but it is watchful in a way that feels almost unnatural in a puppy. It scans the room. It notices everything. It reserves its trust. It does not give its loyalty immediately. It decides to give it. And once it does, it is absolute. DDR breeders specifically selected against nervousness, skittishness, and what they called weak nerves. A dog that startled easily or showed fear under pressure was removed from the program immediately. What remained after decades of that selection was a dog with extraordinary nerve strength, calm under pressure, stable under stress, confident without being reckless. Think of it like the difference between a person who smiles at everyone they meet and a person who is quiet, observant, and slow to trust, but who would walk through fire for the people they have chosen. Both are good, but they are not the same. And that nerve strength shows up in a very specific and surprising way when these dogs face pressure. Difference 3, how they handle stress. Loud noise, sudden movement, a stranger entering the space, an aggressive dog across the street. These are the moments that reveal the true character of any dog. And this is where East and West begin to look less like cousins and more like completely different animals. A West German showline dog, especially from generations of show breeding, can be sensitive, reactive. Some lines carry what trainers call high environmental sensitivity. They pick up stress from their owners. They can be triggered by unpredictable situations. The DDR dog in the same situation does something different. It gets quieter, more focused. It does not react, it assesses. Trainers who work with both lines describe it as the difference between a dog that feels the pressure and a dog that absorbs it. This is a direct result of the DDR evaluation system. Dogs were tested under extreme conditions: gunfire, crowds, confined spaces, confrontational strangers. Only dogs that maintained composure under all of those conditions were selected for decades. The result is a dog whose stress response is fundamentally different. Think of it like the difference between glass and steel when you strike them. Both are strong, but one shatters and one rings. But here's where it gets complicated. Because that same quality that makes the DDR dog so stable under pressure also makes it one of the most demanding dogs any owner will ever bring home. Pattern. Interrupt after difference 3. Hold on. Before we get to difference 4, I need to say something directly. A lot of people watching this right now are already thinking they want the DDR dog. The look, the stability, the intensity. And I am not going to talk you out of it. But I need you to hear what comes next, because this is the part nobody told the owners who called breeders in tears 6 months after bringing one home. Difference 4. What they need from you. You decided you want the DDR dog. You saw the photos, the dark coat, the powerful build, the serious expression. You want that dog. And nobody warned you what that dog is going to need from you every single day. The West German Shepherd, particularly show lines, can adapt to a fairly normal household routine. Exercise, some training, mental stimulation a few times a week, manageable for a dedicated but relatively normal dog owner. The DDR dog is a completely different contract. This dog was bred for a job, a real job, a serious job. And without that job or a demanding, structured substitute for it, something goes wrong. The dog does not become lazy, it becomes restless, then anxious, then destructive, then unmanageable. Not because it is a bad dog, because it is an extraordinary dog with nowhere to put its energy. Working dog behaviorists consistently flag underworked DDR line dogs as one of the most common sources of serious behavioral problems, not in first-time owners. In experienced owners who thought they knew what they were getting into. This dog requires structured daily training, a working outlet like Schutzhund, tracking, or competitive obedience, and an owner who leads with absolute consistency every single day. Think of it like hiring a neurosurgeon to file paperwork. The capability is extraordinary, but the mismatch between what they are built for and what you are asking them to do will break something eventually. And the irony is, when you give this dog what it needs, what you get back is something most owners will never experience in a lifetime with dogs. Real quick, if this is already changing how you see this breed, hit the like button for me right now. It genuinely helps more people find this video before they make the wrong choice. Now back to difference 5, because this one is the reason DDR owners almost never go back to any other dog. Difference 5. The loyalty and bond. Every dog owner will tell you their dog is loyal, and they are right. Dogs are loyal animals, but there is loyal and then there is DDR loyal, and they are not the same thing. DDR owners describe a bond that feels categorically different from any dog they have owned before. This dog does not just follow you around the house, it monitors you. It knows your patterns before you act on them. It positions itself between you and anything it has not fully assessed. It sleeps facing the door. It wakes before you do. It is not performing loyalty. It is executing something bred into it across generations. Protecting its person is not a choice this dog makes. It is what this dog is. Canine attachment research describes a category called the secure base effect, where a dog uses its owner as an anchor point for all confidence and behavior. DDR line dogs show some of the strongest secure base responses ever measured in working dog studies. Their entire world is organized around their person. Think of it like the difference between someone who says they would do anything for you and someone who already mapped out exactly how they would do it just in case. But that level of bond and protection instinct comes with something that surprises almost every new DDR owner. Difference 6. How they react to strangers. Dramatic pause before this one. Your friend comes over, a perfectly nice person, someone you love. They walk through the door smiling, arms open, moving toward you, and your DDR German Shepherd steps in front of you. Not barking, not growling, just there, planted, watching, deciding. This is not aggression. This is assessment. The DDR dog does not assume everyone your door opens for is safe. It makes that determination itself. And until it makes it, the stranger does not get past the dog. Most people find this deeply unsettling the first time they experience it. DDR owners find it deeply reassuring because they know what that dog would do if the assessment ever came back wrong. This behavior is a direct product of what these dogs were bred to detect. DDR Border Patrol dogs were trained to identify not just physical threats, but behavioral anomalies, people acting nervously, deceptively, unusually. That detection instinct is now hardwired into the bloodline. These dogs read people at a level that genuinely unnerves experienced trainers the first time they see it up close. Think of it like having a security system that does not just detect motion, it reads intention. And it has never once given a false all clear. And this brings us to the question every single person watching this is now asking themselves. Difference 7. Which one is right for you? You came into this video thinking you wanted a German Shepherd. Now you realize that sentence does not mean what you thought it meant. So here is the honest answer most breeders will not give you. The West German Shepherd is right for you if you want a family dog that is social, adaptable, and trainable without a rigorous working structure. If you have kids or frequent visitors and need a dog that warms up quickly, if you are an active but relatively normal dog owner, not a working dog handler, the West German Shepherd will give you everything most people want from this breed, and it will do it without requiring you to become a professional trainer. The DDR East German Shepherd is right for you if you have genuine working dog experience or are fully committed to getting it. If you can provide structured daily training and a real working outlet, not just long walks. If you want a dog that guards your family not as a trained behavior but as a core instinct, and if you understand that this dog will challenge you, test you, and ultimately become the most extraordinary animal relationship of your life if you earn it. Here is the hard truth. The DDR dog in the wrong home does not just struggle, it suffers. And an anxious, understimulated DDR Shepherd is one of the most dangerous situations in domestic dog ownership. Not because the dog is bad, because the dog is extraordinary and nobody prepared the owner for what extraordinary actually requires. Think of it like the difference between adopting a golden retriever and adopting a wolf hybrid. Both are dogs, both need love, but one of them needs something you have to be genuinely ready for. The German Shepherd is one of the greatest animals that has ever chosen to live alongside human beings, both lines, East and West, each one extraordinary in its own way. Each one deserving of an owner who actually understands what they are bringing home. So, before you buy, before you choose, know the dog, know the line, know yourself, because this animal is going to give you everything it has every single day, for its entire life. The least you can do is be ready for it. Which one surprised you more, East or West? Tell me in the comments. I want to know which difference hit you hardest. And if you already own a German Shepherd type East or West right now, let's see which side this community is on. If this changed how you see this breed hit like, it helps more dog lovers find this before they make the wrong choice. Not after,